the international release I've dressed specially for the occasion. I'm ready for the Paris Fashion Show. It's called RealHeartCoherence.com, and Patrick and I together have developed the next. It used to be called the Heart Tuner. It was earlier called the Heart Link, in which we demonstrated with thousands of people around the world that you could measure empathy and entrainment and tantra by measuring the moments when the hearts linked between people. So you measure the musical key signature of two hearts, literally the musical note of each heart's fundamental, and then when they link up, you have that sharing, that tantric moment, that empathy, the possibility of entrainment, plasma between bodies. Measure amount of coherence, and which is the kind of the lie detector kinesiology measure, and then you measure that musical fundamental, and as that goes from 0.618 to 1, you can measure the movement from stuck in the head at 1.0 to in your heart at 0.618. It's amazing. It's worked around the world. It used to cost $3,000. Now it costs $300. We're announcing it today, now, with this new incredible amplifier that Patrick has built that enables us to do full 2-channel EKG of 2 persons. It's amazing. Patrick's put an incredible amount of work, and just now, as of today, it's ready.
Come on. So this is this is just what Dan explained. Loudly, yes. So you will get two peaks when people are the more the people will be coherent, the biggest will be the peak, and when there are 2 channels, two person, what we are looking for is that when there is an empathy, the 2 peaks will be close to each other, and so that's what we will measure now with people who are interested. Well, of course we cannot do with everybody, but we can make a few.
Chart that showed the next slide wasn't it show the 0.6.
The previous.
Yes,
this was the older one.
This is how we originally developed this. You went from 0.6 to 1.0, and this was stuck in your head, and this was in your heart, and this was peaceful balance. It's just the musical fundamental of your heart going from 1 cycle per 60 cycles per second to
no. 60 cycles per minute.
Yeah, that's right. And this is 1.618 times that.
It's 90.
That's right, about 90 cycles per. So your heart rate changes, and we discovered around the world that change of musical fundamental in the heart was profoundly indicative of whether you were stuck in your head or feeling empathy for other people. We even called this the bank manager position, and this was the touchy-feely, like kindergarten teachers are always over here. So you learn something as well as learning what it is. So it's very fun. Please.
So the device comes with two type of sensors. So you can put wrist on which is the most easiest way. Otherwise you have to put stickers on your body like a normal EKG. But you will receive both. So you see there are stickers also, and a cable that can be connected, and you can use the stickers and put it directly on your skin. And you can even mix one person with stickers, the other one with the wrist. But for demonstration, it's easier to use the wrist. So there are 3 wrists, one which is coming to the side of the heart.
A simple wrist strap.
Yeah, a simple wrist strap.
Measure the EKG.
And it's you need a little bit jelly, conductive gel to. Well, it's better. If it's very hot and your skin it's very wet, it can work also. But it's better if you use gel. Okay. So can you give me the?
So for full EKG, you see, you can't use the inexpensive heart rate variability transducers, those little finger clips, which work beautiful for breath, yoga control, and sleep analysis overnight. But to actually measure real full heart coherence, you can't start with just a pulse counter. You need the full electrocardiogram of 2 people. And normally you think that would be expensive, but here for a couple $100.
Is this okay?
Thanks to Paul's, to Patrick's
Okay.
amplifier. So we measure full, complete electrocardiogram EKG.
Same thing on the other
And then
side.
by harmonic analysis of that, which is something I pioneered almost 40
A little
years
bit
ago.
higher, and this one
When I invented the term heart coherence,
fine.
just credited
And
it
this
literally
one
from that work.
here.
But on one
Okay.
arm, you need just one
And
lead.
then-
It's called full differential preamplification, which means you need a signal, a ground, and a reference ground. That's why you need 3 wires.
Okay.
But it's quite
This
simple.
is one.
You see it took us just a moment. And then the amplifier will tell him if the signal input is a clean data, because the noise you will actually see
Okay.
it. So you can see the raw. Yeah, I mean, it's a very
It's not too strong. No.
precise as well as being
Normally it's,
the ultimate
it's
kid's
fine.
sport, because
Okay.
as soon as kids find out,
Do the other
find out
one.
Who loves whom? It's like a high school favorite.
Different type of bangle, isn't it?
Okay, there's
Yeah, we need a reference. It's like in EKG. We need a reference point, which is
and by putting a little salt
yes.
paste down, just make sure that you can-
Okay. And then
And then it's optionally we include those little stickers you can use. So he's got it all hooked up, and now he's going to switch your inputs, switching from the computer screen to the iPad screen, switching inputs. Hopefully you'll see that iPad now.
hello.
Is the iPad on? Is the iPad?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. There.
No. Maybe I can take this one off because it's strange, but
Yeah, if it sees the other signal, it might be.
sometimes it doesn't recognize.
Is it HDMI?
I changed the cable and I put a shorter one, but I know this is the. Oh, come on. Oh, if it doesn't go, I take a shorter one.
No, just try
it was.
unplugging and replugging maybe. Would it resynchronize?
I can try.
Searching all source. Give it 1 second. 1 second. No, it didn't see it. I don't know why it didn't see it. We had it up there just a minute ago. Was it the other cable we were using at that point?
I can maybe use a shorter one. It was working 5 minutes ago, but
Yeah.
okay. Technology.
Yeah.
Okay, up this one.
Amazing. Just the difference of a cable.
Okay.
So,
So-
this is realheartcoherence.com. There's the opening screen.
Okay, so you have in this app you can also play sound, binaural sound, generate different kind of frequency cascade, and also get HRV while listening sound. But this is not the thing that we are explaining now. So you select emotional balance.
This is actually the flaming sound app.
It doesn't accept to do it because I first have to connect the sensor, so I scan.
So you scan for the...
I find it, and now I should get.
Look at that, Patrick,
Okay.
congratulations. Look at
Okay.
this. This is 2
EKG.
electrocardiograms, and those are clean. A hospital would be proud of that. So he had 2 clean electrocardiograms, that fast, on 2 people, for a couple $100. Isn't that impressive? That's non-trivial, guys. And Patrick designed and built that hardware by hand. I mean,
Okay. So you see now you can select, you can play it for 1 or 2 users. So here we have 2 users. So we will have the, well, one
we
of
lost
the,
that one.
well, we have to put some gel, though, so
Oh, I
it's
see.
okay.
You see,
It will be
second
better.
EKG, which
Just, yes, and
it's
this
just
one is
stable.
doing
Actually, if
a
she
bit.
sits still for a moment, Patrick. See, this one is clean.
Just
When you move, you do
move it.
have to be a little bit still. You relax and be very
Okay.
still. You can see that stabilizes.
We
It's
can
actually
remove it
doing
afterwards.
auto
Don't worry.
filtering and auto stabilize.
Okay.
So once you have 2 clean EKGs, it's gorgeous because then you can actually compare the peaks.
Okay.
It's going to switch on the analyzer. Yeah. And so Patrick is just installing a little bit of conductive gel there.
Okay, it should be better.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I-
Yeah,
it's
it's coming, it's
stabilizing.
coming, it's
Yes,
coming.
Yes.
2 movement, no. The left one is okay.
We've got grounding issues. You know what? Would you
Maybe this
would
one
you
should be a
consider taking your sandals off for a moment?
Absolutely.
When you touch the floor, that would, this is a...
Okay, okay, it's
See,
coming.
do you see how that did it, Patrick? You see why that did it? So she just read the book Earthing and learned the physics of grounding right there on the spot. Hopefully. Well, that one's stabilized. This one?
And I'm
No.
taking my shoes off.
Okay.
Ah,
If you want me to.
wait,
Is she
which
red?
is
Who's
which
red?
is which?
I'm red, I think.
Ah no, this
You're
is. Ah no, so it's not. It's yours with it. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so it's yours.
Yeah, let's just see now.
Normally it should work. Okay.
But we do need stillness. I just relax and be still for a second. So blue is stable, and red is fairly
It's
stable.
coming. Yes.
We're good. Do
Okay.
you see what that did? And that static bias in your body
Okay.
from not being grounded has that effect on your emotions as well. The process of grounding is very important.
So Dan, who's was who?
Patrick?
The red one. Yeah. Yes. Dominique.
Vanessa.
Vanessa
Sandy.
and Sandy. Vanessa and Sandy. So the red one is Vanessa. Yes. And so you see that. Yeah. Quite.
Catch the screen now. This is the fun stuff right now. We're just getting to the fun stuff right here.
Okay.
So blue is Vanessa? Red is Vanessa, okay. And so maybe shall I explain initially?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Okay, so how Patrick programmed this is the size of the primary peak, blue being Sandy, is indicated by the size of the blue ball.
Yeah. Also. Yeah.
And the position of the primary peak, which we have real data here, so Vanessa in blue, right?
No.
Red,
Sandy. Yeah.
red and Sandy in blue. Okay. Well,
They're
interesting.
quite close. Yeah.
Do you see where Sandy is? They're both very close to 0.61.
Yeah.
So clearly, we do not have a bank manager here. We haven't found the bank manager.
No, both of them, huh?
Yeah. No, what we found is the kindergarten teacher.
Yeah. And so we can see that when they are really close, the heart will jump, but they're still a little bit.
So this is the musical fundamental of their hearts,
Yeah.
and the size of the Valentine is the amount of coherence, and the right-left position of the Valentine, is that right? is-
No. When you have the graph, it's on the graph. It's on the scale, but when the two hearts are displayed. When two hearts are displayed, it's only the relationship between the distance between the two hearts on the scale.
We are having a bit of a problem with noise on the red channel.
Yes,
Look,
but
this is a bias effect.
maybe I should take it. Well, let's restart and see. Maybe there is some.
But what we did learn
pollution.
is both of these ladies were within about 0.58 to 0.63, very close to 0.61 golden ratio, indicating rather clearly that the dominant emotive state of these ladies is more the empathic. Literally, electrically, what I believe it means is that at the golden ratio position there, it means your heart is more electrically
It's better now.
susceptible to embeddability. Literally, electrically permission to touch. That's what, yeah. And so electrical permission to touch is indicated by, put the red balls in the screen on. It's a bit better.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a little harmonic there.
Yes, we have a lot of. Well, there are a lot
Yeah.
of
Yes.
electrical device around it,
Some of which we could
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
unplug here.
and a lot of Bluetooth also.
Yes. Right.
And Bluetooth has a very big interference of
Yeah,
with the EKG.
But we do have a very beautiful
Yeah.
dominant peak here.
This is the response of Bluetooth. You see,
I see.
going up, going down. This wave is Bluetooth.
Is Bluetooth on one of those phones there?
Normally this one no.
That one, no. That one, no. If you could turn your Bluetooth off, that would be good. Right
Wow,
there,
it's-
please. And Bluetooth off, please, if you'd be so kind. But still, with all that noise in this complicated room, it's quite impressive that we have two very specific dominant peaks. The amplitude of this peak is the amount of internal phase coherence in those hearts. Literally, this goes up and down, gets bigger and smaller when your heart does the lie detector thing. She's listening to me, and she went away from empathy more to I'm thinking about it. She moved toward I'm thinking about it in response to me. You see, so I would precipitate the lady being in their head. Yes, okay. So I have some lessons to learn. But whereas Blue here, Vanessa? Sandy, I keep getting Sandy in blue. She's solid. Look at that.
Yeah.
Now, actually, that's a relatively higher heart rate, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
She's close to 100 beats per minute,
Yeah.
isn't she?
Yeah.
Can I explain that?
Yes.
Actually, I'm on antibiotics because I spent Saturday morning in the hospital.
Oh, I
and I've
see.
just taken antibiotics and I can feel my body racing.
It's
That's right.
increasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have, and your heart rate even went faster when you said that. You're okay.
Yeah. When she talks about it,
Yeah.
it's increasing.
So I just didn't want to take them, you know.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've been really resistant to taking them, so I've had to work.
Now, Sandy had a beautiful experiment she wanted us to do, which is people's response to her heart artwork. But I think, Sandy, what we should do is we should connect somebody else where you are now, and because your heart rate is a little bit biased, and then you can help us with the experiment in a minute, huh? But your heart is doing so
Just in
good.
front.
Wouldn't it be better to choose a couple?
Well, yes, we're going to do that next.
Oh, Dan.
Or do Yes? Listen, repeat that, please.
Sometimes you connect more when you sit opposite each other, the heart chakra.
Yes, you can sit, yes, by seeing each other's eyes. It's a little bit tricky here because we want
Hey,
the
look.
audience to see your eyes and you to see the screen. Sorry.
Yeah, they were quite close, and
Oh,
then.
yes, and look, it has stabilized some, but
No, it's
she's
still-
still quite, yeah. I think we need somebody else whose heart rate is not biased by the speed there,
Yeah.
actually. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
okay
yeah.
with you? Yeah, unless, or do we have a couple that wants to try it here? Oh, we're gonna do Lydia and Archie. Yeah? Do we have a couple that would like to, would you guys like to? Will you? It's very fun. Yes, these are two sweethearts.
Have to, because it's not. Okay, I will remove them if you want. No, it's just for you because otherwise you will have a lot of jelly. Just turn it like this and like that. Like that you can turn it off without putting. It's okay. I will clean this one also. Thank you.
Very lovely part there. Vanessa does professional work as an empath.
What's it supposed to be in then? Is it
Real heart. Well, no,
in the red?
You were right there.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, yes, both of you were very close. Yeah.
Very close to the empathic position. So we're going to try William and Marguerite now.
Because I read her.
Somebody.
So that's the idea to see.
Am I going to be red or blue?
Most from measuring when they're in training their hearts. Because
Okay.
in the science of
The red is the side of the heart. Yeah.
Yeah, but am I the red line or the blue line?
when your heart was invented, they phase lock
okay.
and the charge can pass between
Move
bodies.
oops.
So it's
Okay.
not just a
Well,
measure
let's do like this.
of
Okay.
but also
If
the
it's
plans of
too
training, but
too.
that's enabled when you have real
Better to
confidence.
put it on
Yes,
the other
that's why.
side.
Actually, it was William Golden who founded the Yoga Journal.
Okay.
at,
And still one.
in Southern
Yes, but it
California,
was a lady
who pioneered
before.
the use of
No,
this,
it's not too
for
strong.
measuring
It's okay.
the original heart.
Okay. Let's
And
do.
so we have a long history of being used
Okay.
for actual development of not just commercial empathy training. And commercially, empathy training has great economic value.
Yeah.
okay.
Leading bank in Australia, I mentioned, ANZ Bank bought the system for that purpose.
Okay.
So people realize that empathy is a skill that it can be chosen, actually. You can choose to feel empathy. And the psychology, of course, is
It's
very
not too strong.
profound in that you
can say
try to
it.
feel
It's
their
strong.
feelings as if you were them. And if you embed yourself in that psychology,
Just to put
to feel what's
a
outside
small
you,
drop.
what's inside you, that's called turning inside out.
Oh, sorry.
And you saw in EKG that those donuts did.
Okay.
Yes.
This one too.
I've read some studies that show that, for example, sports teams,
A little bit too much. It's okay.
they perform much better.
Sorry?
And there's coherence
Between who?
between
Oh,
sports teams.
oh, yes, no, tremendous value. And, you know, they use heart rate
One more.
variability. That's very common in sports training, HRV and
Okay,
group. And we
should
can
be.
get some measurement in training with HRV, but this is even more powerful for team. Absolutely.
Could this be used to train sports teams to become more coherent?
Oh, absolutely, for sure, yes. And, you know, there's precedent for that in heart rate variability, but this is a whole other level, because instead of just measuring the pulse, the simple pulse sequence, now we measure the full electrocardiogram. And it looks like we have two signals here. Why don't you turn the data display on, too?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there we go. So, let me guess, blue is William. Is William in blue?
We'll check.
Marguerite, or no?
This is William. I think it's in blue. Yes. Yes.
Be sure.
Sorry, Dad, who's in blue?
Patrick, say again?
William is blue.
William's blue.
Ah, yes, okay, so men are indeed from Mars and women are indeed from Venus, it's clear.
That's why we need to
No, but, so William is doing our job for us, demonstrating where we men have to live out is in the stuck in your head position a little bit. Although, actually, William, your heart rate is relatively low, is that correct? Which at
Yes,
1.1?
55. Yes.
Yeah, that's right, 55. Now, a lot of times we find a relatively low heart rate in someone who does lots of sports.
Yeah.
But whereas Marguerite, right? See, when we originally worked on this, we found there were three main positions. One was 0.61, we called the touchy feeler in your heart, and the other was 1.0, we called being in your head. And then the geometric median, which would be 0.79 hertz, which we call peaceful balance. And generally, after people stabilize, they will do so in one of those three geometric positions. And Marguerite is right here in the center, which is great. It's for peaceful balance. Now, the other thing to note is the ability to move that at will is a tremendous emotional skill. So, for example, William, if you wanted to link with her heart, just maybe even can you relax and hold one hand for a second? Just, I was going to take just from that, and see if you can relax and be still. Now, just be still. Well, they did link. But some of that was noise. Just a moment. Let's see.
Okay.
Do the display again.
Display again.
Yeah, those peaks. Okay. So William got over there for a moment, but actually, the problem is William is listening to me instead of her. That's right.
Would it change if they just go into a short heart connection without any talking?
Okay.
Close your eyes and think about the first time you fell in love.
You met.
Met or whatever.
Okay. We just got some noise. This was a spike.
Yes, there is some
It was just a spike.
electromagnetic pollution. It's here.
Well,
It's,
but okay. Well, let's come back from that a minute,
Well, we're
guys.
not
Thank
gonna turn on the
you.
therapy.
So actually, at this moment, we don't make any judgment or anything, but we say you guys did not achieve moving your hearts together. Actually, that but you're both very stable, both emotionally very stable. But during this display, William, it's true that you displayed relatively low heart rate variability during those few moments, which actually is classic for as people get older, like me. And that is an indicator of aging, though, actually. And getting more heart rate variability is a very important. Obviously, you need high heart rate at least once a day.
Does that mean moving back and forth, left to right, or up and down?
No, in this case, back and forth.
Yeah.
Whereas Margarita, she had quite a bit of variability. In fact, if we were plotting variability, we would have seen.
yeah.
So in a sense, for this moment, it seemed that Margarita had the younger heart. But it would, I mean, for example, do you go out and get exercise every day, or?
I have a bicycle in my office.
Yeah. But I mean, this would suggest that you don't get high heart rate often enough. That's just humbly saying to a friend, which I have the same issue. But where Margarita had more variability, you both had excellent stability, which means emotional maturity, and a lot of coherence, which is also quite good.
Yeah.
So a lot of coherence, a lot of stability, and good variability for Margarita and some for me. But you did not succeed in linking hearts in this trial. So, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone else want
So-
to try it? Thank you.
This is not. What we should say that for people being empathy, it's much easier when you're not in a crowd looking at you.
Right.
So
It was a hard one, William.
Yeah.
That was a stressful. Yeah, sorry. So who else? Now, what I find is ladies who are more emotionally touchy-feely.
Like that, you will not
If
be.
you want to try it, they tend to link her. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, we just fine. We have two ladies that are volunteering, Patrick.
We're not a couple.
Very much, Patrick.
You're welcome. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick.
It's okay. If you take to remove. Oh yeah.
But it is true that systematically women can link hearts better than men. It's really true.
Okay. Take a Okay.
But all of that notwithstanding, we have not concluded that testosterone is a mistake that God made.
I think it's out by flies.
Okay. If it's too strong, just tell me.
How
This
is
is
it
done.
different than classical HRV?
Classical HRV, the only input is a plethysmogram, which is measuring the blood pulse peak. So I can time the number of milliseconds between pulse beat peaks and average that, and that's called heart rate variability. So I can see the average over a long
No,
term of
it's
the
not
change
very
in heart rate,
important.
but I cannot see the shape of the heart
If it's
beat.
too hard,
Here,
just
I can analyze
normally it
only
should
about
be
5
fine, but
heartbeats, do a power spectrum,
Okay.
and know the actual complete musical signature, the musical harmonic content. I was the
Still.
guy that discovered there was a correlation between that and emotion 40 years ago.
That's not the frequency Fourier transform in the bottom, that's the reciprocal of?
Actually, this is the raw data input. What is not displayed and should be, we will discuss with Patrick in a moment, is the first order FFT Fourier transform power spectrum, not displayed. What is displayed here is a second order power
it's okay. It's not too strong.
spectrum.
No?
And my invention of how to do that is why I was credited in the literature with inventing the word heart coherence. The second order power
Do
spectrum
it better.
to measure internal phase coherence. Because before my invention, when you wanted to measure, for example, brain coherence, there was no possibility of measuring internal phase coherence. They could measure cross-hemispheric coherence, compare one with the other, and see if they were phase coherent. But to measure the amount of coherence internally in one signal,
Okay.
it was my discovery of using the cepstrum, the amplitude of the primary peak of the cepstrum. We don't have the capability to strain a first-order power spectrum, do we?
Yes.
Oh, see?
Should be.
So there's no other device on the market that takes the second Fourier.
That's right, and that's also true.
Unique.
That's also true of our brainwave technology. We can measure brain coherence better than anyone in the world for that reason. as
Okay.
well. Yeah. So
This is the first FFT.
thank you. Look at that, Patrick. In answer to your question, so this is the raw data, simple first order power spectra and second order power. Notice here in who's in blue.
Take a look. Take a look.
Look at they're beautiful. Ladies. The ladies do it all the time. And look right here, golden ratio, bingo, bingo. This is noise here in the red. But
Yes.
yeah, but actually, look at the two ladies. It's very, I told you, the ladies always do it. The guys,
It's giving me shivers.
they're just more empathic. But that's beautiful. So it's so cool because when you see that high peak,
Okay. The eye peak.
yeah, when you see the high peak in the second order power spectrum, look up here. You see what you're seeing? Does that look familiar? A bit of a caduceus. So here's the raw EKG. Here's the first order power spectra frequency signature Fourier transform 0 to 20 or 0, but yeah, almost 20 hertz, isn't it?
Yes.
And look at that.
15. Yeah.
See that cascade that's harmonically inclusive? And
Yeah,
that's literally a almost quasi-conjugated cascade.
The bigger the size of the peak, the best slope you will have.
Which is to say, the more internal phase coherence. It's beautiful. So the ladies are doing it beautifully. They do it naturally. They're sitting together, and you can watch who follows whom and who goes to whom after the fight. I mean, it's very. Any questions about that? I mean, that's gorgeous.
Good heart rate variability.
Let's look at that. Okay, one moment.
What?
She's asking if she has heart rate variability.
Yes.
One way to see that
Okay.
is if the peak is really stuck in one place. You see, it's actually true that if this is effectively your heart rate, so he went to full screen now, we're not displaying the first order power spectrum.
You want?
No, it's okay. That's fine. It's very good. We just to see that we had the capability was great. So when this peak in blue is in one place, this is low heart rate variability right now. Actually, that's who's it? That's you. Yeah. But see, no, that moved now. Now the red. Unfortunately, we're getting a bit of noise on the red side again.
Yeah.
But let's look. Now, what you look for is whether those peaks move. And actually, they are moving some. This is not bad. Now, we can actually quantify the amount of variability more quickly when we go back to the HRV, which is a cheaper system for pulse analysis. So, but you're seeing some movement here. Actually, these are healthy hearts, in my opinion. I think we're doing great. This is good stuff.
So what happens if you turn on the therapies?
That is a good question. Well, actually, we have done some work, response in brain coherence. I know Therapy is metabolic acceleration, Kundalini acceleration for sure. So it would be some heart rate increase for one thing, basically. Whether we have greater heart rate variability.
Coherence.
Coherence response is probably there. There's some practical issues there in that the high voltage environment is a little tricky to do biofeedback in. But even before and after, and we have not done enough of that. Remember, we're announcing this is new today, actually. We haven't had the system for a while. We had the Therapy very much. Any other questions? Anybody else want to try it?
Well, in fact, we see that there is some kind of interference because, it seems that there is a small pollution here, electromagnetic pollution inside the room, but also the wrist, even if you see the result, the raw data are better with the stickers directly on. So that's the reason we give
clean.
Both. It will be cleaner, the signal. Yeah.
Notice how they naturally tended to follow each other.
Yeah.
Women are often like that.
But they are close.
Yeah, they're very close. And you know, like women, how their rate of menstruation would synchronize when they live in the same house.
Right.
Well, that's a natural empathy.
It's so cool.
That is
It's crazy, huh?
I love it.
I mean, it's literally the musicians have decided to tune their instruments together.
It's so great. I love it.
Thank you, baby.
Yes, William.
Can you
disconnect.
record the information that you have, the data?
Not at this version, but we think about it. Yes.
Soon.
Coming soon.
We have full data recording capability in the brainwave device and the HRV device, but this is relatively new. So But you know, it's very easy. You just plug this into your machine and record the QuickTime on and you can play it back.
Yes. If you have an Apple computer, it's possible. You connect with the USB plug, and then you open QuickTime, and in QuickTime you select recording video. And then you will have your video appearing on the screen. You go to the red button for recording, and on the right there is a small arrow. You touch this small arrow and your iPad will appear. You click on it, and then the display, which will be in QuickTime, will be your iPad or your iPhone and then you can make a very easy recording.
So Patrick, what should we do next year? Are we ready to do brainwaves? Is there more you wanted to show with the heart?
But maybe somebody asked me, Vanessa.
Oh, about the heart? Did you want to?
About the pictures of the heart. Maybe should we try or not? But we have to see if there is an influence.
Well, the thing is, they were almost near full amplitude coherence already.
Yes, already. So it could be difficult. Maybe.
We're not going to see a lot.
No.
Maybe we could see a little bit of that with the HRV or the EEG. Could we try there? Or
Yes,
try
sure.
I see. We're going to play with that in a minute. Just we have to hold. See, we wouldn't see since there are coherences right up there now. We're not going to see a dramatic. We're looking for an increase in amplitude, which in this case we're not going to see so much. So we're going to wait a bit. But we need to demonstrate the brainwave thing.
Yes.
And maybe, is that now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think because we promised ourselves we're doing the most visually fun things first. So you guys didn't go to sleep. I mean, so that was fun, right? Was that fun?
It's great.
That was fun. Now the next. way we're going to set up to do is flameinmind.com, and that's the brainwave technology. Should we take a 5 while we make those connections?
Thank you, Patrick. That was great.
First, a little bit about what's in the app, and then we're actually to display the brainwave measurement during a short meditation. Okay, Patrick.
Okay. So you see there are different parts on the screen. These are this is a spectrum of the two hemispheres. This is an history of what's happening because we are searching for golden ratio. So we have here in real time the phi ratio and octave ratio that are appearing in the spectrum, and also it takes into account the symmetry. The brainwave can be recorded also with HRV. And so if you take this small device that will take your heart rate parameters, okay, and you put the headset, it's very, very light, it's like glasses. You put it like this on your, you will see, Dan will wear one in a minute. Yes, yeah. And so you have both brainwaves and HRV. And as this app can also generate binaural sound, binaural beat sound, and I explained in the previous conference that we are using inside the parameters rhythm from inside the body, very low rhythm. And so these beats you can hear with your the sound that you can get with your ears. You will not feel this beat, but your brain will get it. And it's possible to play this sound while using the app, and you will see and record everything, and you will see that after a while, if you're really coherent, if you're really center, what will happen is that your HRV will be in phase with the beat. So in pink here, this is the beat which is moving, and in red it's HRV, which is increasing on the same cycles as the beat which is generated by the sound. Okay. Yes. It's better. Yeah.
Just to say 1 second. The original mind mirror displayed right, left, brainwave alpha, beta, theta, delta, like this in a cascade. So dynamically, the concept of this kind of cascade, which includes a waterfall, which is a bit of time history. So you see right versus left brain, the amplitude of the alpha, whether your right and left brain same frequency and the same amplitude. You can see right, left hemispheric dominance, alpha, beta, theta cascades. So the display itself is state-of-the-art powerful for meditation. The very concept is not understood by many, but it was pioneered by Cade in the book Mind Mirror and the Mind Mirror Technology. The book was called Awakened Brain. So that concept has now been extended. We've added so many features, especially golden ratio measurement. Sorry, Patrick, please continue.
You're welcome,
Yep.
Dan. So I just explained this slide. So what we are looking is phi ratio or golden ratio between the peak, and also looking for symmetry between the two hemispheres. And one of the most interesting, of course, it's in green here. It's alpha. Here you have theta, and then we are looking for the ratio and plot in the evolution screen what's happening inside. And you can make a recording and play it back, because it's if you want to measure the quality of your meditation, you don't have to open your eyes and have a look on the app. So you have to be centered. So you start the app and then you play it back and you see exactly what.
And notice so powerful to display how much of the energy of your brainwaves is in phi golden ratio versus how much of the energy is an octave ratio.
Yeah.
Remember, when we measured, we found the telepath in Italy was pure octave ratio, just solid octave cascade right there in the telepath. It wasn't bliss, it was a telepath. It was very interesting. Whereas this phi cascade, when you feel the rush and bliss and the implosion, so it's a very distinct brainwave electrical geometry that no one else has discovered, and yet it's incredibly powerful.
Yeah. And you see here, phi ratio are in blue and octave ratio are in pink, and it will display all the time through the recording. Each time he is finding a ratio.
It's like whether your aura is pink or
Okay, well, I already explained. Well, one thing we have made to update the app is before first, in the first publication of the app, Dan asked me to measure the back part of the brain, because it is in this back part that we measure the more phi ratio. So this is what we were looking for. So we only took the information coming from the back of the brain. And then we got information about what they call the flow, the brain flow. And the brain flow, in fact, it's a special state. You have to do something which is not very easy, to be very concentrate on what you are doing. You must be a little bit in movement, and well, forget about everything else, but only what you are doing. And they have made a lot of tests and with very sophisticated devices to see what was happening in the brain. And they measure mainly people who were walking on a wire very high, and they don't fall because they are completely centered. And they want it now. They have the possibility. You see, they put some device on his back. They have the possibility of made the recording of what's happening. They also make recording of people with making apnea and see what was happening. It's the same thing.
It's very easy to understand. It's well known in the sports literature. It's called being in the flow. And what that means is instinctive reactiveness, which is very fast reaction time, which is priceless if you're a military bomber or an athlete, you know. And so that being in the flow is well analyzed in the sports literature, as Patrick is saying. And the point is simple. If you're in the flow, your back brain is dominant and your front brain is relaxed. Your front brain is low amplitude, your back brain is high amplitude. That in the flow is very simple, because the back brain mediated responses are fast, right at the base of the brain. If it has to go all the way to the front of the brain and be mediated and thought about, then it's stuck in your head and slower response time. So very simple, you measure whether you're in fact back brain dominant, and you can teach people to be in the flow. It's profound. And beautifully, the new Muse hardware and Patrick software now, we can do full 4-channel EKG, quick EEG rather, just as easy as sunglasses. Very cool.
So you see the imagery of what's happening. It's not the app, but normally this is the front part of the brain, and you see when you're in the flow, only the back part is highlighted.
It's well studied. But
yes, there are a lot of
It's a couple $100. Used to be $5,000 for these kind of tools.
We had a beautiful example last evening in the dance. She was perfectly in the flow. Otherwise, she could not do what she did, Beatrice. Yeah. So, fortunately, she's not here now, because you know, people climbing mountains. You see film on the net. They are climbing mountains, and when you make an interview of this person, they say they are somewhere else, but they are not thinking, "Have I lost my keys?" or no. They are just in the movement. They have to be concentrated in what they are doing, and so the front brain disappears completely. So what we are measuring now, so we have had 2 more sensors for the front brain, and now we get the two signals. The two
of the back brain here, and these
are the front brain. Yeah. So we can get 2.
EEG, easy as sunglasses.
Yeah. So now we have the front and the back signal. The front signal, the back signal is in white, and the front signal is in black. And so we are making a few averages of the information of what's happening. So measuring alpha, measuring theta, measuring ratio, and also measuring the flow. So the flow is looking the percentage of the back regarding to the front. And so, well, we have made a small display with an eye. The more the eye is open, the more you're in the flow.
Just
Well,
leave it for a second. This is a beautiful display. We may not be able to make brainwaves quite as pretty as this today, but we're going to give it a best shot. But I just wanted to mention, this is Patrick, and this is me, actually, as I believe. See, I had the big theta, and look at that cascade. That was a good moment, you see. So you're seeing, this is you see the alpha, 7 and 12 hertz in green, and the computer needs to calculate ratio to all other frequencies only after the alpha is stabilized. That's the reference point. And then you have ratio to here. This is very close to the way that was. Beautiful theta. So you see how much power there is, and then in displaying this analysis all on one screen, you're actually learning when you have focus, when you put all these variables together. It's just incredibly powerful. And really, Patrick conceived how to put this display together. It's
Could
amazing.
you say again
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
column is, okay,
Yeah.
so theta is yellow?
Yeah, well, 4 to 7 hertz approximately.
Yeah,
theta,
and
yes.
then alpha is green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know all these New Age woo-woos that say they're doing theta healing, don't believe any one of them until they've measured something.
Uh-huh.
Tell them they're woo-woos
Exactly.
until that moment, okay?
Yeah.
And that's theta. And you're going to see it in a minute.
Yeah. And you see in black is the front, and in white is the back. So you see the ratio.
Oh, that's
The
right.
front is almost well, very small.
Yeah. That's a very
peaks,
important point.
yeah.
Just say it again, what Patrick just said. The white is front brain. You see how that's bigger than the amplitude of the I'm sorry, the white is back brain, which needs to be higher amplitude, and the black is the front brain. It's less powerful. So the front brain, black, is relaxed. The back brain is dominant. This is in the flow.
And does this measure coherence?
Well, the amount of coherence in this case is here. The second order power spectra is optional. I don't know if you have that option to display. But
Yeah, but we will update it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
next step.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
you know, the TM people talk about brain coherence for years, but they never measure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there is a display of the of the second. Yes, here. Maybe wait.
Oh yes, in
Yes.
earlier
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah.
So here,
This is something coming from the second FFT.
second order FFT
Yeah,
spectrum.
but
So the amount of coherence in each spectra here.
yeah. It's crazy because the more you will be coherent, the more you will have big bullets here in this part of the screen. But we still have to work a little bit on it too.
So the display algorithm
But-
is being improved, but we
Yeah.
have already started to display the spectrum. Second order power spectrum. So you can see the coherence evolve here. We might see that a bit today. But we should then probably,
Yes, sure.
we
sure.
should actually do it
I
probably.
think it's almost done.
You tell them you're going to tell them, and then you tell them, and then you tell them you told them. You do it, I guess.
I think. Yeah, you see. Well, so you have a possibility to display the dashboard in different size, to have the eyes to take a big part of the screen or a small part of the screen. Okay.
Yes. So the challenge is that so many people are not able to make much alpha.
If you need.
So it's true that probably only, I don't know, what do you think, about 10 to 20% of the population can actually make decent alpha. If you can't make alpha in your brainwaves, you can't start. You can't start with bliss. You can't eliminate addiction. So alpha training is number one. And we can't really display very much today, but the binaural beat audio we have to teach alpha here is so powerful with this. So that's why we start with somebody after years of Kundalini. Not always, but often I can make some pretty fun, pretty brainwaves. But the point is that
You have to put it on.
Yes,
I don't think you.
Yeah. And so the switch is
Yeah,
here.
the power. Yeah.
This tells me when the transmitter's on. Now it's starting to transmit, and I make this a little wet. This is going to pick up a microvolt of my back brain with the rubber behind my ears. It's very comfortable. It's like I'm wearing sunglasses.
So you see. And
You look like from Star Trek.
Just call me
So-
Geordie.
yeah, okay. So you must be first sure, as we have 4 channels, that the quality of the signal is okay, because if you don't place it correctly, you're measuring noise. So it seems quite correct.
So I got lucky. I relatively clean.
Yes, it's okay. It's green. Right, yeah. So, okay, let's see, 4 channels. Start.
The transmitter's on. You just connected the Bluetooth.
No, it's okay. It should be okay, but
Okay, I'm not closing my eyes yet. I'm waiting to close
yeah,
my eyes.
but you
When I close my eyes, you should see a burst of alpha.
wait because
A little burst with normal of most people. But then to sustain the alpha for any length of time in this electrically noisy
yeah,
environment.
but if you but well, try to
Sorry, Patrick.
yeah, it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Okay, ready. Let's.
So then I'm going to just sit for a minute. I'm going to get as comfortable as I can. I just want to get really comfortable. I think I might take my shoes off too. Okay, just a second. Let's see if I have any thoughts.
In fact, when you close and open your eyes, it creates a big noise. And also when you move your yeah.
So I purposely
You move your jaws. Yes, yeah.
So now I'm going to close. I'm going to start. Just only give me a max of about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. That's all I need.
There. Needs feedback.
Okay, I'm going to come back now.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't work.
We didn't saw any alpha. No, but beautiful, and also theta. A big cascade, big ratio. Yes.
And that's more theta than you're probably ever going to see right there, actually. And that's from years ago. So, but not to intimidate anyone, but to make coherent brain waves is not, usually you find out who's done some meditating, et cetera, and not to make it a hard act to follow, but would anyone like to try? We didn't record that, did we?
No.
This is-
Why we could have made.
Oh, but we have
You
the
want to
camera's
do,
running. It's okay. We can play it back to CNN later. So anybody else, seriously? Yes, okay. Annie would like to try it. She really can. Annie does musician and meditation all her life.
Oh, God, don't.
So we have a seat,
clean
Annie. Get
bit
comfortable,
and
okay?
put some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some water on there, okay?
Yeah. You just wet a little bit the sensor.
Right.
So
that was
with,
deep theta. And you see
well, I
that
can
deep
just-
theta here, that what they say is alpha is the median brain. The beta
Okay.
activity there
Now
is the high brain. which
yes,
is-
okay,
which is
do
to
it.
say active thought.
Shall I
My
take the
theta was
earrings
not
off?
very much. You didn't see it.
Maybe.
So I haven't really
Maybe
connected
depends.
my
I'm not
because when I
sure.
closed my eyes, I felt a rush. I
What?
felt a lot of
Yeah,
energy,
you
but I was
take
not
your
feeling
air
active.
off the
So I don't
sensor.
have
So
the-
you're
the-
yeah.
the
Okay.
beta and the
We'll
gamma
see.
going
We'll
right
see.
there.
Okay. And
But I had
in
tremendous
front
alpha and
too.
beta
You have air.
years of Kundalini. Yeah.
Do you think the fact that we're all dancing right now,
We check.
lower and
Well, for me, for some reason, when I closed my eyes, I felt huge, wonderful bliss just now. But it's because I felt all of you, maybe. I don't know. But I was good. I'm
It's
good.
okay.
I'm happy. We're playing with our toys. So, I was blissful.
So you see, it's very important to have the less noise as possible. So have 4 green signals.
So actually,
Otherwise,
Patrick did great. He got low noise on Annie. That's very good. Annie, don't close your eyes yet. Don't start meditating. Just be very still.
so it's normal
not meditating.
when your eyes movement and your jaws movement. That's normal. That increase a little bit
That was just
the
a little-
noise,
yeah.
but it's okay. It's a
So
beautiful
you're just
signal.
very relaxed, but you're not meditating
Okay.
yet. Okay, just very relaxed and still. Very
Okay.
relaxed, very still. Okay, okay. Okay. Patrick, you might maybe hit record, huh? Are you going to just...
Yes, you want to record? Okay.
Yeah. And that way they'll see how the record is. So you actually name it. So you can just type Annie, A-N-I, Annie. Annie Williams. Just Annie is good. That's enough. That's good. Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay. So now it's recording. And Patrick has many display options for you. Show alpha, show phi ratio, etc. Okay. So now we're ready, Annie. Just relax, and when you're ready, just close your eyes. Better be quiet. Let's help Annie have a little meditation. Just 2 minutes. Happy. good. It stabilized there for a second. So why don't you come back now? I think that's enough for just a minute. And so, Annie, you go to your eyes now, and Patrick's going to do a hit playback for you. You can take the headphones off. You can take it off now. Is that okay? Is that okay, Patrick?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So we're just going to, this is going to show you the playback features, okay? So see, when he hits playback a recording, then it turns the input off, and then he goes to the file and actually selects, see the data? So he selected the file, he's going to change the display.
Yeah, I just took. Oh no.
And we'll turn this on. Notice the beautiful, you have complete tape recorder functions on the playback where you can play and pause and fast forward. It's really
Can
very
make pause, go back.
Yeah, it's very cool. Okay, so.
You have also, but it's not, well, you need a lot of practice, step by step, and no, it's the beginning, it's just the beginning. We can play with speed, with more speed, can speed it up, yeah.
It's not here.
Not?
No, go back.
Yes, it's her.
No, she didn't have that. Did you have the gain down?
Yes?
Open the file again. Show you the name on there? Top. Yeah, okay, play. Oh yeah, that's better. That's it, okay. All right, so Annie, now see if you can get to the place where she got still. See, this is the noise before when you were just getting connected, which is normal. We're trying, there, okay. Oops.
She goes into 4 a lot.
No, it's not the,
That's not the right data.
no, it doesn't seem so. Okay, let's wait. Maybe I didn't took brainwave.
So, but anyway, you get, so Annie, the short summary is you made a nice amount of alpha, and it was fairly right-left hemisphere balanced. It was modest, it wasn't well sustained, but it wasn't high amplitude. But you did hit theta a few times, but it was, compared to
No, it's
the
not.
amplitude was modest.
I didn't feel very relaxed.
Ah, yes, probably true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
That's
could
right.
feel my heart working. and-
That's right, yeah. So, and in front of this group, it's a bit much,
Yeah, yeah.
actually.
It's
Yeah.
not easy.
It's
It's
not
not
easy.
easy.
It's really
You have to forget everything.
Yeah. But
But here you are trying to do something.
Right.
So you cannot get the coherence in this
the
state.
more you go into bliss, the more
Yeah.
you get used to doing
Yeah.
it anywhere.
You have to.
I did notice with me, releasing the jaw, did you notice how my
Yeah,
jaw was
yeah.
hanging down? Yeah. Well, somebody else, shall we try somebody
Yeah,
else?
sure.
May I ask you, why did you mention try to focus? Because in my mind that would like wake me up.
Well, it depends. Focus on the stillness maybe would be, yeah, there's a lot of ways to say that's true. Yeah. But, so who else would like to, any meditators in the room, or? Okay, please, sir, you're next, absolutely. This highly extinguished gentleman?
Looking at it at the same time.
Yeah, there we go, okay. And I like it that your hair.
Just put a little bit. Well, I can do it. Water on it, and also just on this one. Okay. To increase the connectivity.
Brainwave work, really good brainwave meditation training was very expensive and inaccessible. Suddenly, you put on your sunglasses, 2 clicks on your computer screen, and hit record, and you're like...
Maybe don't pour it off. Maybe don't pour it off.
And the
Yes.
Muse headset, typically around €200. Actually, you can get them now for $170 to $200 to $220, so $200 roughly. And the software, the complete software high-level flame and mind system is roughly also $200, I think, roughly. So
Yes, 170. I
170, yes, 170. So for $300 to $400,
Well, it depends.
professional.
In the States,
brainwave.
it's less. It's 150, I think, in the
150.
States.
Right.
It's crazy, but the upper.
So, again, he has very low noise. Patrick was successful with the input
great.
data. What's your name again, sir?
Victor.
I should have remembered. Sorry, Victor. Okay. So don't meditate yet, okay? And I think maybe Patrick will put on that.
Okay, just a second.
So he's set for 4-channel. It
Yes.
shows that the battery content. Is it
Okay.
analyzing? Start. There we go.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, and then maybe record. Victor. Let's just record Victor. Let's see if we do better this time. Victor, okay.
Okay.
So good. Now, Victor, just relax a minute. Just don't close your eyes yet. Just get all relaxed and very still. Very happy, very relaxed. Okay. Good. And then when you're ready, close your eyes. Yeah, close your eyes. It's like a 2-minute meditation. Go deep inside. Ooh.
It's good. It's good.
You just got there.
Yeah. Coming.
Well, you had a lovely burst there. Let's go back and play that now.
Okay.
Victor, you can come back to us now. So Victor, well, that's noise from that. But we should notice that it actually takes a lot of people, most people, I'm exceptional, but most people it takes them a couple of minutes to even get down to the alpha letter. But it was interesting for you. Actually, you sat there still and you stayed with it. And then for about, I don't know, about 4 to 6 seconds, you had a gorgeous, really.
I felt that moment when it came
Yeah,
sink in. Yeah.
Yeah, you felt it. Yeah, it was, and I hope Patrick can find that in the playback because it was very cool. Yeah. So, but you can see how hard it is to make alpha. A lot of people can't do it, but it's a turning point in your life when you learn how. That's why the Zetas are teaching humans to make alpha because they know that if humans don't get there.
You see the.
Is this the playback?
Yeah.
So, so just single step through that. Can you just?
Yeah, there are a few of them. Huh?
Yeah, just step.
Oh, sorry. Just.
But if you even can't you just do one step? You're on pause. If you click just the.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
What?
Just one frame. Yeah, back to it. Yeah, just.
What?
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I shouldn't try. But
That's
you can
okay.
actually do
Yeah,
frame by frame.
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt exactly
So
what
that-
sank in.
Yes, that's when you felt. So that's very cool that you make that connection between the feeling and what the measurement. The measurement is real, and remember, alpha is Schumann. So at that moment, the Earth's harmonic was embedded in you, quite literally. So that's why it's so powerful. And we've learned now that the right hemisphere and left hemisphere had approximately the same amplitude, so we don't have a lot of imbalance. Also, the frequency was the same, right, left. So also we learned that you did have back brain dominance, white, and not front brain, black. So we learned a lot of things. Now there's a lot more to do. Obviously you need a cascade here to really get that bliss going. But actually, congratulations. Okay, well, any basic questions about flame and mind?
Gamma.
Yes. Do we have any Tibetans in the room? I mean, it's called Tibetan Gamma because originally it was measured with the Tibetans.
Now you can display.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, you can.
44 hertz. Yeah, this thing is powerful. I tell you, this is very cool. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't done it yet. I haven't achieved it yet. No, I got great stuff going here, but up here, not there. Yeah, just,
No,
you know.
but the Tibetan monks, they have been measured.
Yeah, the Tibetan monks, they
very
call.
deep.
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
And this-
I'm very stable because I saw some data and I was like, really, because there's that friend right here now. When I tried in the past with you, I had the same like, okay, right now I have to prove it, you know?
Yeah.
So you're in your mind trying to force yourself into
to get
that.
out of your head.
Exactly.
Tell my head to get out of my
These
head.
people are sitting in a room with like 15 scientists around checking them, and they just go so deep and stable, gamma,
Yeah.
and like really.
But and the other thing I'd like to say about the high frequency brainwave, that we believe many of our ET ancestors, like Alpha Draco, with more carbon bone and more silicon nerve, they had higher phase propagation velocities in the nervous system, meaning much higher frequency capability in their brainwaves, which gave them fabulous telepathy. But you know what? very little low frequency, which means much less empathy. Essentially, it means the low frequencies means you can feel big things. You can't feel big things unless you got long waves in your body. You can't feel a tree, for example. We've measured a human heart phase locking a tree many times. It's in the spectrum of about 2 to 10 hertz, low frequency. And so the best people who do it are sacro-cranial practitioners. They know how to feel that long wave. So these ancestors, the Draco, you know, if you believe Phil Schneider, highly telepathic, okay? They had high frequencies in their brainwaves. So the Tibetan gamma has its pluses and minuses. But the other thing we hypothesize but have not proven is that the most dominant frequency in the gamma, around 44, would then fit the cascade of golden ratio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see here, just a beautiful example. We have 2 octave and 3 phi ratio at this point. You see, 2 octave ratio and 3 phi ratio.
So these are the peaks.
In this spectrum, yes.
These are the peaks in the harmonic analysis. This shows you which ones are octave and which ones are phi.
Yes. Yeah.
And
also yeah.
So that's one from the last measurement?
Yes.
Yes.
So he had some phi ratio there.
Yeah.
Some of the power was at phi ratio.
At this point, that's what.
Just at the point at which he had the best
You
health.
see the blue down there.
So he had a bit of cascade going
Yeah.
at low power in the other frequency, but it was there. And notice, you want to explain about the accelerometer, or it just shows when you...
Yes, it's well, the accelerometer gives you the position of your head, so it can be interesting if you are making deep breathing. You will have a movement like this on your body. So while playing back, you will see some movement here, and so you can make a relationship with the different part of the recording. Yeah.
A real sacro-cranial practitioner actually observes that kind of thing to confirm the spinal liquid pump low frequencies, that actual... In fact, you know, if you understand what the function of the pelvic tilt was to create symmetry, classic Kundalini switch, to here, so the top of the head does this, and the pelvis does this, results in a different angle of curvature, specifically conductive to a longer phonon wave, one of the primal sacrocranial titles, actually. So that whole spine angle position, accelerometrics have tremendous potential here to give us more data.
Okay, and so you can, by touching the different part of the screen, you can increase them. You see, if I touch the...
So there's a gain control, isn't it cool?
Come on.
Oh, it should be working.
Should work. Okay, you see, I've touched this part, is increased. I touch the top part, it will also increase.
Oh,
okay.
Well, the question was, where would the children with the blindfolds be? And that was the Karatkov's conclusion, that the primary indicator of when the blind seeing without the eyes was successful was the alpha to beta frequency harmonics would be in golden ratio.
So, yeah, that's what we show with your example.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful two symmetric peak in alpha, and much bigger in theta, and so
That's right.
and the slope was okay.
My alpha theta is pretty cool, and I was feeling beautiful. You know, I was seeing light. Remember, we said if you can make alpha, that means when you close your eyes, you see light, literally. Yes.
How long can you record for? Like just a few minutes, hours? When you make a recording?
It depends to the memory of your iPad or
But I mean,
your
certainly
iPhone.
you could do 20 minutes easily.
Yes. 1 hour if you want. There is no limit. Well, not 2 days,
and
but.
And then you can email the data to your friend.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about doing that on my live programs.
Oh yeah, and have them play it back on their screen and compare data. Yeah.
Well, they must have both must have the app, and so you can share the data.
This was my meditation today when I was thinking of you.
And I'm working on a way to export data to Excel, and like that you can do what you want.
Is that part of the app?
It will be soon. It's almost done. But
can you play back one of your own recordings of a high achievement and play it back into your sensors?
No.
No.
Need a different headset?
No.
Well, you know, the audio cues are so powerful, but actually to play back, I don't know that.
Yeah, to turn it into
Playback in audio.
Goes the other way.
It will be too much noise. Yes, it should be interesting. But
Is there also like an explanation when alpha comes up, what there happens in the brain or something, you know? Because there's a lot of signals, of course, in the brain, but I'm interested in what is happening.
But the literature is very in-depth about if you're making a dominant alpha, you have that resonant hypnagogic kind of quality, you see the light. But if you've got theta, classically, the theta means literally access to the deep unconscious. And if you have delta, it means you went to sleep. But if you have beta, it means the high brain is active. So
if you have gamma?
If you have, I don't know.
You're out of this world.
You're out of this world or a Tibetan, I'm not sure. But the point I'm making is that it's very easy to learn a lot about that in the literature because it's well described. That if you have dominant alpha. I mean, it really starts with people being able to get enough alpha to be able to measure the ratio. So until you can make serious alpha. But I did notice in my own life that the amount of theta I'm making now has increased dramatically in recent years. And I do find myself able to access, I don't know if I call it ancestral memory, but...
And what would you owe that to, if you have it?
Kundalini. Yeah.
I mean, you said the last few years, you feel that environment or something else in your life has changed, added to that?
Well, I've been fortunate.
Changes this year?
I've been fortunate to live in nature on the side of a mountain there. We have clean water, air, magnetism, Kundalini available, you know, so... In the years when we were going around the world every year, I don't think it would have had dominant theta. But now I do. I have, and what you saw me make there, I can do anytime pretty much. Most things. Yes.
You know what would be cool as a self-entrainment mechanism is that to be able to set a kind of an alarm in a specific range, and when you reach that peak, because you can't watch the screen while you're into your meditation, you have a little bip or another sound, something.
Yeah, there is regarding alpha, you can have audio feedback with, of course, it's the sound is transposed because you cannot hear 8 Hz frequency, and so you will have the left and right response. So you will have, if you have a beautiful symmetry on the alpha peak, you will have the sound in the 2 ears. If not, you will only have, the amplitude of the sound is related to the amplitude of the peak, okay? And you will have, so different sound in alpha when you increase the frequency because it's transposing a few octaves up. And so you can, while making alpha, the more you will go down in the frequency, the more you will relax. So you will have the feedback telling you, okay, now the sound is at lower frequency, so I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm going down. So, and it helps you to go to the Schumann frequency, which is the lower part of the alpha, between alpha and theta.
You can't imagine how powerful the binaural beat audio is until you really try it. Because Patrick has programmed that the actual audio feedback cue you're getting is a harmonic of your real alpha, right? And also the relative right-left dominance.
Yes, it will be in the next version, yes.
So the brain is actually hearing the audio tone, teaching you when you're making alpha. It's hard to demonstrate here because to play the speakers for the room, and it'd be a bit tricky. But we have so much response that says that our binaural beats, binaural beats for inducing bliss, audio, differential headphones are famous, from binaural beat therapy. And yet we get repeated response that our binaural beats are life-changing, and that's a quote, actually. Because now that they didn't know before that you needed golden ratio harmonics accurately to alpha, and you needed 180 degrees out of phase, and now we know to make binaural that's very powerful, actually. And that's literally the driver file that drives the Therapy. It's those files, actually. So, yes?
Patrick, have you tested before and after, say, chanting or making music?
I'm testing it while playing music to see why I'm not in the flow. Yeah. So while playing music, I get often access to this. Yeah.
Right.
You do
Right.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
been my experience
but
with
it should
brain
be
tests.
yeah. So you need some movement, some concentration. It should be a little bit hard, and be present and living what you're doing, and that you get the flow. Yes. Sometimes you don't. It stay 1 minute, sometimes 2 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 10 seconds. It depends. Yeah. But yeah.
We tested this on live sound.
I can achieve it while playing music, but this is the only way.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And with those recordings that you have, the Songaya, we tested that with the brain waves, and it went right into, at least mine went into alpha theta.
I should try. I still have your CD. I will try. I promise I will try, and I will send you the feedback.
Super. Was there any other questions?
Then maybe we should make a little pause,
Okay.
and then after the pause, make a demonstration of high drive, and a little bit of the sound also, like that. I think.
So the idea is about a 5 minute, 5 or 10.
Well, I'd say 10.
10-minute pause.
Not more.
Then when you come back, we're going to do the breath analysis, iThrive, HRV, finger pulse, the heart pulse sensor, and a little bit also of the audio files. And here's the 10-minute break, and then more fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. This segment is about iThrive.com. That's ITHRVE.com. That was the brilliant idea. It's a play on words of I Thrive, but ITHRVE.com of Jan Sisek here. Jan, take a bow. Jan helped us conceive and commercially launch iThrive.com, which was envisioned to be one of the world's most sophisticated heart rate variability systems, separately graphing LFHF, but also the various components in a dramatic new way. And Patrick is going to explain the way we measure heart coherence in HRV. It's very powerful. And we're intending that this would be a breakthrough. Also, when Jan first came to us, he said, well, you know, there was a BBC 1-hour special about how it changes your life when you go to a hospital and they do overnight sleep analysis on your heart rate variability. And you can find out if you're not getting deep dream sleep. And BBC spent an hour special recommending that because it's so profound to find out, even just in sleep analysis. And people were running off to hospitals and paying thousands for one night of whatever. And now you can do the whole thing for, what, $50 or something like that, because Patrick built overnight sleep analysis plus accelerometer right into iThrive and many other features. So we think iThrive.com is clearly, by far, the most powerful HRV system on the planet in terms of general use. And the only problem with iThrive is some people's complaint is, well, it does too much. I can't, there's so many features, you just can't, the list is a bit long, but it's so powerful. Anyway, iThrive.com, Patrick, thank you. Patrick Botte.
Okay, so rapidly, just to explain how HRV is working. In fact, what they discovered that when people have an heart attack and you take an HRV, it will be completely flat. So if you take the spectrum will be flat. And they found that the most important peak in the spectrum was at 0.1 Hertz. And the biggest this point, the more healthy you are, the more variability you have in your HRV. So you see here, there is somebody which is quite healthy with a good variability. And
you can just say for a moment, it's so simple to understand how this was derived. You just average over what, a minute or something. So you take the number of milliseconds between beat peaks. So you just this little pulse counter and count the number of milliseconds between beats, and you average that over a minute or however long it is, and you get this graph. And those 0.1 Hertz peaks, et cetera, tell you it's so important in medicine that heart rate variability is the most studied subject in all of medicine. It tells you how important it is. Immediately know your immune health. Very, very powerful. Sorry.
so what the other are doing is just looking at this peak and trying to measure its size, and relating to this size, they say the bigger the peak, the more you're in coherence. But according to Dan work with previous apps, Dan was measuring all the peak of the spectrum and looking the shape the cascade between these different peaks.
The shape of the cascade.
The shape of the cascade.
And notably, that LF peak, 0.1 hertz Mayer wave, is on the equation for the harmonic series, as is the LF and HF, low frequency, very low frequency, and high frequency.
So the peak you have seen in the previous app measuring heart empathy between two persons was the analysis of this cascade. So it's the same thing as analyzes this red curve here and see the shape of this red curve. And this red curve is linked to the position of the different peaks relative to each other and the relative size of the different peaks.
This was in the EKG here.
Yeah.
Now, to get that from HRV requires another level of elegance because you have much less data. That's where Patrick is brilliant.
And so we have also noticed that when people are in coherent state, there is a good relationship between the pressure wave inside the body and the electrical wave of the heart. Normally they are related to each other, but most of the time they are not in phase. You see, if we take the famous 0.1 Hertz, which is one of the main frequency which should be inside the body, which was just discovered by a guy we called Mayer wave, he noticed that this wave was influenced by respiration, but was still present even without breath. And so you see, this is a comparison of the electrical wave and the pressure wave. And you see in this graph here, well, it's not really good. And you see there is a beautiful amplitude in HRV. It's during a breath practice, a coherence breath practice. And during this practice, you see there is a beautiful correlation between the two sine waves. The sine wave coming from the pressure wave and the sine wave coming from the electrical part of the body, so which is the heartbeat.
This is so beautiful. Let's spend another minute here. It's so wonderful.
You're welcome.
So this is effectively the graph of the breathing, right, which is the graph of the heart rate. Notice the breathing is controlling the heart rate. This is how a yogi learns to control their heart, with the breathing. Beautiful breathing. And during the beautiful breathing, what Patrick is saying is you graph a change in pressure, literally blood pressure, over time versus the peak of the harmonic of the heart's electrical signal. If those two are in phase, like here but not here, we had that discussion before, it's called power factor. And literally, exactly electrical engineers like me know what that means, that if the voltage pressure peak, which in this case is the electrical pressure, is in phase with the amperage, which is flow rate, which in this case is the blood pressure, we call that power factor. What does it mean? If you graph the power in your wires in your wall, if the three-phase motor came on drawing lots of amperage, it knocks it out of phase, and therefore the amperage peak, the flow rate peak, versus the pressure peak is off kilter, and therefore you cannot deliver as much power in that same wire. So we call it power factor for a reason. Electrical engineers know precisely why it's called power factor. Well, here, that's exactly true for people. Your power factor is when the pressure peak in your blood is in phase with the voltage peak. And that phase lock is established by this kind of graph. And the fact that Patrick derived a way to make a graph of the blood pressure wave separate from the voltage peak of the HRV pulse, do you want to spend 1 minute explaining how you derive the data of the PPG, the pressure wave, or is that too complicated for us?
Well, we can. Well, in fact, maybe a little.
As you wish.
I'll discover it.
It was so profound to be able to graph the pressure wave just simply from the pulse.
At the beginning of my research, well, you know, I'm making also sacro-cranial therapy. And when I had patients on the table, and I asked some of them, when I was first making my research about HRV coherence and things like that, if I could make some recording. And I've noticed that before and after a healing, let's say a treatment or a session, you go from this kind of thing to this one. And when they're quite relaxed person, you already have this kind of shape at the beginning. So now, how to derive it? We have two information. One information coming from HRV. So the difference between the time difference between two pulses, and the other thing is what I showed yesterday, the wave, which is in the wave. You remember? Yeah.
Yes, maybe I can summarize. Hopefully, tell me
yes,
if I do this
it's
right.
your English is better than mine.
If I have a finger plethysmogram, which is what that is, there's a LED sending light to the surface of your skin. Now, the amount of light that gets through is proportional to the amount of blood that came to the surface, vasoconstriction versus dilation. So if I simply graph over time how much light bounced through my skin, I'm doing a graph of the amount of pressure in the blood. So now, if I take those pulse peaks, if it's a plethysmogram, normally for HRV we're just measuring the time between peaks. But if we also graph the amplitude of those peaks over time, then there's a wave on the wave. And that wave on the wave is the change in pressure over time. And by analyzing the wave on the wave...
Yeah. So you see, these are the light movement of the sensor. You see, each beat, and okay, and
it's so pretty.
And here you have a beautiful one.
This is nice. Yes.
You see, it's going up, going down, going up, going down, and this is 1 minute, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's beautiful.
5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7 circle per minute. It depends.
And all I'm doing is a simple, 25-cent LED measuring the pulse, and then I get a wave on a wave. So this is I analyze the time between them to get HRV, but then I analyze that wave on the wave, and I get pressure, pulse, literally to find out about all the sacro-cranial information, which Patrick has spent his life on. So it's gorgeous. And to be able to do that all powerfully within the app, I don't think there's anything like it in the world. So excuse me, but I'm enthused.
So you basically have one big carrier wave.
That's right.
And then you have the carried.
So the pulse is the carrier wave, and the blood pressure is the wave on the wave.
And so after a recording, we can see the different peaks which are coming from the recording. In pink is I don't remember. Yes, HRV and PPG, and you see here there is a beautiful correlation between the peaks of the two kinds of data acquisition. And it's around 6.
Pressure.
You see, it's around 6 times per minute, so it's very perfect.
Very Meyer wave. That's a gorgeous one there.
In fact, we have 3 different apps. One which is iDrive, which was the first design app, and it has too many possibilities. So we make a more easy version to use, which is called iDrive Stress, and which has some different kind of graph, which you see it's more easy to understand a graphs like this and see the part then of the green to the other color, than to have a peak and know what does this peak mean and so on. So we have 2 apps, so iDrive, which is more sophisticated, and iDrive Stress, which is much easier to use.
And the percentage of time in which your pressure harmonic is in phase with the electrical harmonic is percentage of time when you're relaxed and low stress. So that's the green, basically. So it's beautiful because measuring stress is of immense corporate value. Corporations need that all over the world. So to be able to measure stress quickly from an inexpensive device, HRV, a stress analysis tool that's so quick and easy to use, is so powerful. So we have iDrive Stress, and then Patrick's probably going to show you the other one, which is iDrive Chakras.
Yes, there is also iDrive Chakras, but well, iDrive Chakra is measuring, as I mentioned yesterday, the different music notes in resonance with the different chakra. So it's making a correlation between your heartbeat and the different part of your body. So there is a display, and you can see while you're breathing which part of the body which enter in resonance with your heartbeat. So the more you will have a beautiful variation in the heart rate, the more you will touch and make the different part of your body to enter in resonance. And so if with iDrive, it's also, you have also the information about this chakra resonance, and if you make, well, I've made a lot of recording when I was testing the app, and when I sit on a chair and I was working on my desk, and I was making some recording of, because you can, with this app, well, you can use this sensor, but you can also use a polar chest sensor, which is much easier because this one is for breath practice, but you cannot run and you cannot, but with the other part of the app, with the other sensor, it's possible to
use a chest strap.
Yeah, use a chest strap, and then you can make night records and longer records.
We're going to get to that next.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talk about
It's the next sleep.
But just one more word about the chakras thing is Patrick's homework he did was really deep in the literature to find out what musical key signature of the heart indicates which gland in your body is energy focused.
Yeah, but I explained a little bit 2 days ago, and how I make the relationship by crossing different information and my feeling, and well,
and that's
that was the way that I did.
What we're doing with the plasma devices, we take that same kind of
Yes.
information, and now we can, when Patrick feeds to the plasma device, and says, "Oh, I can feel it in my heart now, I can feel it in my head now." That's because he did that homework. It's amazing work.
Yeah.
But anyway, sleep analysis is next. Is that right? Is that what
Yes, just one thing I has to finish. Yes, about the chakra. When you use iDrive and you make a recording with the polar chest strap, what I've noticed that if I stay too long time working on a desk, only a part of my body is illuminated. There's a chakra, and what is crazy that when I go outside, I take a walk and I move a little bit, the other part. So it's very important to make some alternation.
And that's the whole reason the iPhone was invented, was to teach that actually. But
Okay.
if you're a couch potato, you're toast.
So rapidly, in fact.
Both the flaming mind and the iDrive are both for iPhones, right?
Yes.
That, unfortunately,
And iPad, Apple stuff.
iOS, yeah. So all 6 of our apps, or however you can count, are iOS, meaning iPhone, iPad.
Beginning at iPhone 5S.
Yeah.
So iPhone 4.
It's much more powerful.
Some trouble with the Bluetooth.
And you of course understand that if you want to go into the Android world, you suffer horrors of fractionation of both hardware and software. So you can see why that's a different kettle of fish. But that's another question.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Okay. So, well, it's well documented that you have different phases during the sleep, and the phases which are called deep sleep are related to growth hormone. So it's recovering for the body. And so we have, if we take a polar chest strap, we can measure the evolution of the heart rate during the night, and by making a special ratio of the different part of the spectrum, we can measure the deep sleep part, which are in blue here. You see, each time it's going very down, this is a deep sleep, and you can sometimes have some at the end of the night.
But is that's VLF to HF ratio? Is that what
Yes,
it is?
yeah.
Aha. See, that, medical doctors, that's the only thing they talk about, VLF and HF and the ratios. And to be honest,
HF and LF. HF and LF for yes, but here it is VLF on HF, because VLF is very, very low frequency rhythm.
I see.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So when that went down,
Yeah.
then you had the
Then you have deep sleep.
and we should analyze it. So that means the long wave is there.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, as we can make a relationship between any frequency to a music note, we have defined colors for the music notes, and so you can have a shape of music note of your body during the night. This is this part. So you can see that each night is completely different. And well, these are two shapes of deep sleep night. You see, this one there is less, this one there is more.
So if you went to the doctor and said, "I'm not sleeping well," this is really the diagnostic tool. And this used to cost thousands of dollars, and BB says it's so important you need to do it. Now,
And now you can also, because there is an accelerometer in the device, so in the iPhone and the iPad, if you place your iPhone on your bed, it will analyze your movement. And the deep sleep part, you don't move at all. So you see there is a beautiful correlation. These are the movement during the night in pink, and this is the HRV analysis. And you see the part with no or less movement corresponding to deep sleep each time.
So
And you can record both.
So the iPhone is just lying in the corner of your bed, and every time you roll over, it feels a little vibration. So it shows if there's too much micromotion. Micromotion is actually the way we measure Kundalini. So it's accelerometric. We use a capacitive accelerometric. So it's very profound to combine the accelerometer with the HRV for deep sleep analysis. It was all Patrick's idea, isn't it?
Instead of having your phone parked on your bed, can it work through their Series 5 Apple Watch?
No.
Well, we're aiming for the Apple Watch. We do want to get there.
In fact, it seems at the moment that Apple reserved the Apple Watch for their own programming, and it's not. We are not allowed to access to the Apple Watch to make some to the sensor of the Apple Watch. You can create some apps to play or things like that, but the sensor, there is no access at the moment. Maybe they will change their mind, but
Apple is very crotchety, and so if you want the raw HRV data from the watch, which is in there, Apple won't give it to you. Actually, pretty damn unsociable, but that's another story. So we're not at the Apple Watch yet.
Yeah. Just one more thing about the night analysis, that maybe you know Yoga Nidra. In Yoga Nidra, you stay a little bit less than 1 hour without any movement with some kind of lucid dreaming. And if I'm comparing, I have made a recording of a Yoga Nidra session of 1 hour, and this is the Yoga Nidra session. You see, you go really in the same state as a deep sleep stage, and this is the third part of one of my night. And you see, if you compare, it's exactly the same colors which are coming, so the same musical notes of the heart, the same shape, and there is it's compared, this Yoga Nidra is really compared to a deep sleep, so it's a very important, interesting way to do. Okay, we already did.
Now we try it.
Now let's play.
Hands on, let's play. Who wants to play? What's the first? We hook up the finger clip, right?
Yes.
So
I think we will can.
This lady wants to. Yeah, she wants to.
Okay.
She has a nice skinny finger there.
Is that useful?
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Just place this. Wait. This one. This way. Okay. But you have to, when you sit, put your what we are measuring is very sensitive to movement. So you put your hand like this. Don't touch with other finger. It's very important. As this, no, let it free. It cannot.
It cannot touch.
Yes, it cannot touch. So maybe like this. Okay, like this. Okay.
Is she relaxed?
Yes, it's okay.
But remember, you're in the waiting room at the airport, and they refuse to open the windows, and you're preparing the lawsuit to show that the oxygen deprivation just deprived your immune system. You're preparing the lawsuit to the airport. Well, now you need to prove that they just killed you. You put that on, my blood oxygen is like, now you're the lawsuit to the airport for refusing to open the window. But you did.
So how does it measure oxygen in the blood?
Yeah, how it measures, because the oxygen solubility is inversely proportional to a certain frequency of infrared penetrance.
Okay. Let's hope that. Yeah, it's coming.
Beautiful.
Yeah, okay. So these are the famous PPG pulses. So this is the way that the light is coming through your finger.
You can see the wave on the wave already, actually.
We can. It will come, but we have to play.
Well, you got lovely clean data. That was fast, Patrick. Good work.
Okay, wait.
Very nice.
Come on.
So then, there's so many options to display. LF, VLF, HF separately here, a breath, the pressure wave, the ratios.
Well, it's coming now.
That's the problem. The software is capable of so much display.
Well, fortunately, there is a lot of light here. So HRV is here on the top bar in red, and you see these are the pulses which are coming. that I just show. Maybe you can.
It's a little closer. That red's going to be a little stronger.
Put a white piece of paper.
Come on.
Does it matter if I open or close my eyes?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. You can do.
It's just this red color is a bit hard to see.
Yes.
But this is
Fortunately.
nice. So this LFVF, HF, is that? No.
Yeah, in orange it's VLF, so the very low frequency. But well, this is the less interesting. But you see that there is here two kind of LF frequency which are related to around the frequency around the 0.1 Hertz, and the blue one is EKG. HRV wave, and the yellow one is PPG wave. So you see that at the moment there is not a perfect fitting between the two waves. But she gets a beautiful heart rate variation, unfortunately.
Here's her breathing. It's sad that you can't see that very well, can you? The red. Just about.
Not so much.
Not so
Yeah,
much,
no.
And remember, color blindness is
Fortunately, no.
male sex linked, so. But this is a beautiful red. The choice of red color here, and the screen displays.
Now, if you try to make it, well, there are two possibilities. Well, a few possibilities in the app.
Beautiful.
You can make practice with a breathing cue, which will help you to breathe at 0.1 Hertz, or at close frequency. You can define the frequency, or you can also try to make the connection to your own rhythm and see what's happening. The more you will be connected, the bigger will be the HRV, the heart rate variation.
So pretty, the breathing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's too bad they can't see the red there. Because the graph of the breathing is so profound.
Oh yeah, okay. So you see here that, well, unfortunately there is a lot of light here, but this is a coherent state. So at the beginning of the recording, and now it's increasing during so the more she is relaxed, the more you will go to the green part. And if we ask her to breathe slowly, to relax, normally you will see the HRV which will increase. And you see this is the wave in the wave that we talk about. Okay, these are the music notes of the which are.
So that's how you derive chakra information, take the musical fundamentals.
Yeah, and these are, well, but we need a little bit more. Oh my God.
Dan?
Okay.
Yes.
It would be helpful to have a written description of how to interpret the data. When I was first working with iThrive, and even still today, there's so much, as you said, so much information and different displays. Often I was at a loss to know what I was actually seeing.
But it is true.
How to interpret the differences in the graph, even if I did have to change.
It's also true that Patrick wrote a beautiful manual that no one is willing to take the time to read.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful.
I'm sure I have that manual.
The beautiful. It's iThrive.com. You click on the help page, and it takes you directly to Patrick's site, which is craniosacral-app.com.
Okay, so there's a manual there now.
Yeah, but well, there are two parts in the app. There is also a lot of information on iThrive.com. Yeah.
And you describe how to interpret the graphs.
Well, mainly. Well, there are two parts in the app. Well, long-term recording, night analysis, okay. But this year now we are working on short-term recording. So it's about at least 4 or 5 minutes of recording, because we need 4 or 5 minutes to get enough information to plot the graph. And then it's iThrive that you have, or iThrive Stress, iThrive. Then in the main, we will see in well, maybe we can stop and watch the. Okay, let's save. You're happy? Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine.
So with the
Fine.
recording, we'll now show later the pattern.
Yeah. So, well, unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, we cannot turn it, but well, you see there is a peak here, which is. I took the wall. Yeah, thank you, Dan. So you see here that she was not completely relaxed. Her breath was not really in a relationship to a pressure wave. So we have a peak here, but it's around 9 or 10 instead of 6. 6 times 0.1 Hertz, it's 6 per minute, okay? So we have 2 peaks here, but it's nice because there is some kind of correlation. It's not a very beautiful peak, but we have some correlation between the pressure wave and the electrical wave in these 2 colors here. And you see we have a cycle of around 9 cycles per minute. So if we have a look, it's not. I'm doing like children, try to enlarge it. Okay, why is it? Okay. So she is activating mainly the lower part of her body. These are the music notes which are coming, and well, this is the first kind of graph that you can see, with also the different part of the spectrum which is commonly used. This spectrum commonly used is separated in 3 parts: very low frequency, which is around 0.1, and high frequency, which are more related to breath. Okay, and so she is more related to breath. This color is related to high frequency, this one to low frequency, and this one to very low frequency. And there are some ratios that you can compare.
Which are very known in the medical literature.
They are well known in the.
But linking that to the glands is new information. That's and her pressure and voltage were lined up.
Yes,
well.
It's very interesting.
So he analyzed long enough to get a meaningful graph. But you could take that transducer off now, right?
Yes. And you see the. Okay, and this is the other kind of graph that we can have. You see again a comparison of. So there is not a perfect fit between the pressure, so the famous power factor that Dan said. This in green or red, this line here. If it's completely red, it means that there is a perfect fit. All the parts which there is not a perfect fit are in red. You see? So you can see the percentage of the red part and the green part to measure the relationship between the pressure wave and the electric wave. But she has quite a good heart rate variation. You see, maybe it's difficult in red here.
Yeah, red just doesn't go.
Well, these are the main display of the app.
The main features of
Yes, for short term, but. You can, so you have a lot of buttons here, and you can select, I want to see this wave or the other wave.
Oxygen content, HRV, VLF, LF, and HF. You can display those curves averaged over time, separately or together.
Yeah, you see, I can add different things, remove different things.
All the different graphs are separately visible.
Yeah.
So you can do very detailed HRV analysis. It's so powerful. It's really cool. So.
Okay, if somebody else want to check.
Yes. Do you want somebody to try it next or?
If somebody wants, how much time do you do?
What time is it?
It's about 5:30. 20 past.
I know the people are tired. Actually.
Yes,
I think
yes.
everybody's pretty tired.
So maybe we can just talk about the last part, which are the vibration device.
Okay, good.
And
so we're gonna. Leave now. People who want to try this. That's what all of tomorrow is for. Is try everything, which is great. But right now, Patrick wants to do a final demo. Sorry. Go.
Just I told you 2 days ago about the different frequency and how they're entering in relationship with the body. And so, well, if it's possible, tonight when it will be a little bit darker to test the plasma balls.
Yes, Roger, in terms of the plan for tonight, maybe let's just think about it for a moment to get...
Discuss it.
Yeah, let's discuss, yes, good idea. So let's see, agenda included, Pascal was going to play his bowls a little bit, maybe later in the evening, is that right?
Just for clarity, there's been a suggestion that we have like a closing circle meditation this evening rather than tomorrow morning, because there's too many people leaving early. So we could do that at 9 o'clock, and it's kind of like Pascal will have the bowls and Eric will be, you know, and we can have a 1 hour meditation and it kind of like a closing circle.
Yeah, even a half hour is enough.
I don't know if we can make a circle, it might be a spiral.
I can make it now.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock tonight?
Yeah, 9
for
o'clock.
1 hour. But, and then Chuck at 8:30, or just for those who want to see his charts about the anatomy of the meridian system, and that only takes a half an hour, 20 minutes.
Well, see, Patrick was just suggesting that since one of the most important devices we're announcing here, which was plasmafire.com, unfortunately is not visible except in the dark.
Well,
why don't can we do that at 9 o'clock before our closing?
That's a thought.
Because that's like 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Well, it was just if people want to feel it, to feel something. So
yes, it's 15 minutes enough.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
15
it's
minutes.
not possible to feel it in a so big room that this.
But they can come up and down.
They can come up
tomorrow
closer.
But it's 15 minutes enough to get a taste of it.
Yeah, okay.
15, 20 minutes.
So at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
At 9?
Yeah, at 9. 15.
Okay.
And then after Patrick, we'll hand it over to Pascal. And
Okay. Yeah,
have a little
find a
bit
way.
of a
Ritual. Okay.
meditation,
We have a
closing
plan.
circle.
Bit of a plan.
Okay.
And then Vanessa, are you here? So then, for those after the circle, if people wanted to join Vanessa, come in and just tell us a little bit about
10 minutes more or something like that, and then it will be over.
Yeah, as you
Okay,
wish.
I think it's.
Regression, but it's going to be very brief. So if anyone wants to join, it's really it's a group regression. So it's past life, but you don't always go to past life. You can go anywhere. So don't limit it to a past life. It's really to bring through any clue to a problem that you want to deal with. It could be a health problem, it could be something to do with this area, it could, because there's a lot of people interested in this area, to do with past lives, or...
a bunch of reincarnated cathars.
Yeah, there's lots of reincarnated cathars here. So if you want to go there, you can do that, but it might be around an hour. And we'll just go, it won't be the full session, you go through quickly and get clues as to, it's all about what you can do with it now, how you can help yourself now. And it could be forgiveness, release, or healing, or... So if you want to join me.
So after the meditation, you can find Vanessa. It won't be held here. You'll probably find a nice little living room in one of the guest houses, because it'll be nice, and because this is a little social area and people are still drinking and so find Vanessa after the meditation if you want to. And any questions, suggestions?
Well, how many people are leaving tomorrow? Can you raise your hand if you're leaving early tomorrow morning?
Well, 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So I think about 80 to 90% staying, because there's lots of fun to be had tomorrow. But just to finish the moment now, so Patrick has requested about another 10 minutes to demonstrate the vibrators.
Yeah.
And then maybe a 10-minute pause. And then if you want, Roger, we had mentioned a Q&A again.
Do people want a Q&A?
That's a question.
Or are you done?
Would you rather go make
It's your
We got
decision.
all day tomorrow too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And if you're
So
leaving,
let's, I don't think we need another Q&A.
That's right.
Because
We can take a
those,
walk.
you've got personal, direct relationship with all the
Yeah.
teachers, the toys, all day tomorrow.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we can have a little breather before.
Breather,
the-
good. Okay, so we'll let Patrick finish for 10 minutes, then we relax, have a breather and a lovely dinner. There. 10 minutes, go ahead. Good, perfect.
Okay. So, well, this is what I explained in the previous conference regarding the different cascade of dam and how I change and how it's possible to send specific frequencies to the different part of the body. Well, we don't have very much time really to test it, but I just wanted to give you a sample, which is a frequency regarding the lower part of the body, which is what is doing really well, and the feeling is really special. Is vibration. It's another way of getting the frequencies. You can get it by sounds. You can get it by electromagnetic waves. You can. There are some little coils you can also use to get these frequencies. You can have the plasma. And this is another way, which is movement. So it really creates a small movement inside the body. You will tell me what's happening. I touched something. Okay, let's play. And well, there are two sensors. Normally, there is. You can use them with creating a small movement inside the body related to the lower frequency of the body. But you can now to test. You can use only one and put it and see the impact, which is it's creating on the body. That's a problem. That's not what I'm looking for. No, it's too strong. Oh yes. No. Just a second, because I have to. Where is it?
We tested those yesterday, the day before. Somebody tried them.
Yeah, but if some people want to check and see. Okay. Okay, that's better. Okay, if you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Take it and place this part on your body. Okay.
Yeah, put it on my body.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what is the frequency range?
It's going from 1 Hertz. It's a cascade. Huh? It's going from 1 Hertz to 16,000.
16,000.
Yeah. But with specific selected frequency inside the grid.
Does it itself pick up the vibrations, or do you have a program?
You feel it, or
I do feel it.
can we put a little bit?
I think that you can.
No, it's too much. But if you place it on the bones, it will be.
The bones?
Yeah.
I do feel it.
Yeah. If you place it on your sacrum, it will radiate to your. You just need one.
Uh-huh.
Right, give me the other one. Okay.
And how do you use it? You stay like this? You lay in the bed? or
Yeah,
what?
it depends. Yeah, you can do it for a few minutes. You don't need more. It's just waking up a little bit the tissue. Yeah.
Okay. And you can do it like massage it? No, just you hold it.
Yeah,
and play?
just place it on different parts. If you put it on a bone, you see, you feel it more.
I do feel it.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody else?
Okay. Okay. Somebody else want to try? Yeah.
So what did you feel? Tell us what you felt.
Do I stand or sit?
No, you just put this part. Well, this part on your body. If you put just one on your sacrum, you would feel.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, so she's asking about the fact that the harmonics in her HRV showed more low frequency, low chakra domination. And it's true. And the main thing to do that.
May I put it on my back?
Yeah. You can put both. You can use both if you want. But it's more vibration on bones than on muscle. But
of the app or the machine?
It's Flaming Sound. It's the same app that we mentioned. It's one of the... we are doing a lot of things with the app. What I explained, what I was measuring, okay? But we can also send things through the body, through plasma, through this vibration. And
This is just amazing.
yeah, it's... Tell.
It's just amazing. I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner, so what we do is we create this vibration through movement, through our actual physical weight. Now this is much more profound, of course. Now I'm having it around my pelvis area, and I'm feeling it through my spine. So it's beautiful, and it's relaxing.
Would you say that again?
Yeah, I'm a Feldenkrais practitioner at the same time, so we create vibration through the bones to just align the spine, and now this thing is doing it instead of using the actual weight of the physical body, so it's powerful. Very powerful.
Much more focused on a very specific area.
Yes.
We can change the frequency. We can focus on different area.
But what hertz is that now?
It's a frequency of this part, of the lower part of your body.
Ah, there are different.
Yes, you can choose which part.
Do you like it?
Yes.
130.
That was worth all the effort.
Yeah, I like it. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
There's detailed literature
Somebody else?
about which gland and which chakra.
It's scalar, right? Or is it different?
Well, it's mechanical. So, as we explained, a scalar is also mechanical. The front wave is going to, here it's the same thing. Yeah.
I have a problem with my lower back.
Yeah.
Is it any?
Try it.
I've got a pacemaker, is that all right?
Don't put on your heart, but if you put it on bones, on your
spine,
on your spine, on your back.
Yes. So we thank our audience now.
Yeah.
And
we thank Patrick and we thank
Yes.
Dan.
Okay. You see it?
Having been sat there, my spine was quite stiff.
So it will, the field will not, you will not feel the field so strong as it is in a small room, but we are quite close, so it's quite good. And so I can change the frequencies that maybe you already feel something, but now normally you should feel that this is theta waves which are coming. So normally you should feel your body going. Sorry?
It's like a work of art.
Yeah. And there is a shift between the. So I'm using now. It's the frequency that I'm sending is related to the lower part of the body. Well, because it's one of the best to use for demonstration, and the beat between the two balls is a theta beat. And we can put alpha if you want. This is about Schumann frequencies. You see, directly it's a little bit. If you put theta, now it's theta. It's poof. See the difference between. We select different frequencies. We can send. We can try the heart.
Patrick, is this the same principle as the?
It's the same frequency as the therapy frequency. It's the same cascade, but inside this cascade, what I'm doing, I'm selecting specific frequency inside the body to have an impact on different part of the body. So here it's it's more coming, but just a second. I can put. Wait.
That was my question too. Where is the optimal place to be?
Here. Okay.
Not between.
Well, you can be between. Well, but I sit on a chair just like this, and I put 50 centimeters away from, because there is a beat the movement between the frequency from the left to the right. And this is this movement, but also it's working in a room, and it's programming the room. And it's completely crazy is that when I put them in a room to charge the frequency of the room, when I turn them off, I still feel it for a while. It can stay for hours. But if I put on the television the field in the room disappears immediately.
How long do you use it? How long do you think is good to see?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just touched it. Okay, it's coming back. It's about 15 minutes, 20-minute sessions, and it's why to program water, you can place water between them. You charge water with the frequency you want from the body, and the water stays for days programmed like this. It's very energetic water. It can give you punch, and you need at least 5 or 10 minutes. You place a bottle of water, a glass bottle of water, not plastic. It's better. Yeah. So this is the heart chakra, which is working now. And what we can do is to make it turn. Okay, let's do it. Okay. So, as I mentioned, there are different kind of rhythm inside the body. So the first one is the rhythm of the pressure wave, and then there is also lower rhythm regarding the brain, the emptiness of the brain ventricles, and to imprint the body with with a certain frequency, so a certain part of the body. I've noticed that it's nice to make different cycles and go to lower and lower and lower cycle. Even if you don't feel this movement between the frequency of the two balls, your body get it. And this is going to ancestor part of the body. You see, the more the complexity of the system, well, okay, this is done, I can play again. The more the complexity of the system, the lowest will be the base frequency of the system. So what I'm doing here is going step by step according to dance scale, because dance scale is physiology. I show you dance scale 0.1 Hertz is pressure wave, and then you go down by a golden ratio. You have one of the emptiness of the ventricle frequency, and you go down and you go down. And that's what I'm doing here. And this is what can imprint and touch the body.
I can really feel that one. It's very strong.
Yeah.
Where are you feeling it?
In the heart.
Yeah, it's in the heart now. Yes, and it becomes
like
more strong. Yeah, It becomes more strong because I'm changing the beat and going down and down to physiological rhythm that is related to Dahn equation. It's not a secret. The Dahn equation is really perfect. So I'm just using it and going down and down and down, and then your imprint will be deep, deep and deep.
You start with highest and you go down.
No. It's here. It's the frequency of the heart chakra. But what I'm going to make the connection to the body and to ask the body to have a reaction, to enter in resonance, I'm making a movement between the two balls. The two balls are not working at the same frequencies. The frequencies, you see there is a small movement. Maybe I can put it a little bit down, the power, like that you will see. You see that it's completely different from one to the other.
So there's a deep frequency between the two.
Yes, and oh no, it's stopped. Okay, I can make it count. Okay.
What was the actual frequency or binaural frequency in between?
I'm going down and down and down. So I begin at point 1, which is the Mayer wave, the pressure wave, and then I go down to the frequencies of the emptiness of the brain ventricles, and then go down again, like the yogi breath. You see? So the beat is slower and much slower, much slower. So the first beat between the two balls is 6 times per minute. Okay, it will be the wave will do like this, 6 times per minute.
6 hertz?
No, 6 times per minute.
Oh, good. Sorry.
Okay, 0.1 hertz. And then I go from 0.1. I apply a golden ratio down, and then again a golden ratio down, and I'm doing a few times to achieve to the yogi breath, the small yogi breath, which is about 2 times, 1 breath per 2 minutes or so. So I'm going down and down and down, because this is this kind of compression which is working fine.
Patrick, I feel that one, the heart quite nicely. Maybe you want to try the one that's like the Crown Chakra, top of the head?
Yes.
Before we leave the heart, what is the frequency of the heart?
Well,
here the frequency of the heart, it's the table that I've shown. Wait just a second. Which one I did select? Well, 230, yes. This was well the one with 230 hertz. Hertz. Okay? Now I go to the Crown Chakra.
Crown Chakra. Now see if you can
Okay.
that before we test it.
Should you be inside there or?
Well, it's a little stronger.
Well, but it has been designed. Just a second. It has been designed to be in a. Oh yes, to be in a smaller room. Here it's a very big room. Well, it's not as effective as the Therapy because it's smaller. What's very interesting with this device is that you can still wear a brainwave sensor, an HRV sensor, and so you can make a recording of what's happening during the session. So, okay? Yeah. Yes, yeah, but you're just in front. Yeah. And if you, I can. And now that you feel it, I can. Yeah, yes. Yes, it's working on the top of your head. This is the frequency.
There you go. Is that Patrick? So she felt heat on the top of her head.
Yes.
Very hot. You're very sensitive.
Strong, huh? Yeah, but you're very sensitive. Why you're very sensitive? I explained it this afternoon. Why you're very sensitive? Because you can make the flow very easily. Otherwise, you will fall when you turn. Okay. Okay. Now that it's okay. Now I will put theta beat. Okay, this is okay. Normally, no. Stop. Just a second. Normally, you should feel something. It's your. Okay, this is the heart chakra. Oh. No, I should put in the heart. I should have took my glasses.
Do you have the voltage of this?
The voltage inside about.
In the air, inside of it.
Well, it's like for plasma. Tesla, so 10,000, something like that inside, huh? Yeah. But you can touch it, huh? There is really no problem. You see, and you make the communication with the board. And you can even touch both of them if you want. Yeah. So here is theta. Normally you should feel. Yeah, the theta beat and the heart in theta beat. So now you should see that now it's coming here. And it's theta, and theta, it's I can put alpha also.
Is this like the same strength as the small therapy balls?
As the?
The small therapy, is this like the same?
No, no, the small therapy is stronger than this. Yes, yeah. This is designed. It's a baby, you know. It's baby technology from the therapy, but this one
because of the
has the opportunity to be. If you can, when you're just near the balls, you can still
have an effect.
Get information from your body. So you can put brainwave sensor, HRV sensor. That's not a problem. It's working. With therapy, you will break the sensor. It's too strong.
And with the small therapy also.
And now the new therapy of Paul can also be driven with this app. I'm sending the frequency, I'm deciding which frequency, which beat I want, and now Paul can do it also with the app.
Nice.
Okay.
But so the intensity of these balls is lower
Yes,
than the...
yes. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but maybe this is a good instrument for me to set the room, set the space for the children.
A friend of mine is using them, she's making healing sessions with groups, but psychological healing sessions. And she's a channel, and so she put the ball in the room to program the room with the heart chakra before, and she said, "Wow, it's changed everything." Yeah. Okay.